over the call to him. So if anybody can announce quickly who are there in the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharajas. This is Radha Seva from Gaithersburg, Maryland.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Madanat Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hare Krishna, Rupini Padma Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to all the devotees assembled on this call. This is Premanandini Devidasi from Ashburn, Virginia.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Madanat Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, go ahead.
No, please you go ahead, Mata. Hare Krishna, Mataji, and Hare Krishna to all the devotees. This is Surinder Bhandari from Maryland. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Madanat Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you for joining, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna to all devotees, and this is Malini from Ashburn, Virginia. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Madanat Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you for chanting so nicely towards the end of the chanting session. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Anybody else would like to announce? Okay, so today we have our speaker, His Grace Raghunandan Das Prabhuji, and he will enlighten us on the verse 8:7:23 and onwards. So, Prabhuji, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for association. Please take over.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami iti namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we have, at least this group has been continuing to read from Srimad Bhagavatam in a sequence starting from Canto 1, and we are currently on Canto 8, Chapter 7. Basically, this section of the Canto 8 is about churning the milk ocean. And then now the churning process has begun, and the first thing that came out of the churning of the milk ocean was the deadliest poison that was destroying the entire universe. That came out. And now everybody has gone to Lord Shiva and they are praying to him for his protection. So today's verse we are going to start with text 23. Gunamaya Shaktiyasya Sargastityayan Vibho Datse Yada Swadrigbhuman Brahma Vishnu Siva Bidam. Gunamaya, acting in three modes of activity. Swa-Shaktya, by the external energy of your lordship. Asya, of this material world. Sarga Sthiti Apyayan, creation, maintenance, and annihilation. Vibho, O Lord, that say you execute. Yada, when. Swadrik, you manifest yourself. Bhuman, O Great One. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Abhidham, as Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, or Lord Shiva. Translation: O Lord, you are self-effulgent and supreme. You create this material world by your personal energy, and you assume the names Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara when you act in creation, maintenance, and annihilation. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. This prayer is actually offered to Lord Vishnu, the Purusha, who in his incarnations as the Guna avatars assumes the names Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. Because the demigods and the demons, they are praying to Lord Shiva. And how are they looking at Lord Shiva? And how are they praying to Lord Shiva? Basically, they are saying you are self-effulgent, you are supreme. You create this material world by your personal energy, and you assume the names Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara when you are acting in creation, maintenance, and annihilation. And then previous verses they said some more things, and then the upcoming verses they are also going to describe. And those descriptions look like they are addressing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are saying you are the Paramatma. So how do we understand this? But they are praying to Lord Shiva. So that is why in the purport, Prabhupada is hinting. This prayer is, though it is being offered to Lord Shiva, it is actually being offered to Lord Vishnu, who is the source of even Lord Shiva. So what does it mean? Lord Shiva is the representative of Lord Vishnu in this instance. Okay, Lord Shiva is in charge of only the mode of destruction. But here he is being praised how you are taking care of creation of this material world, you are taking care of the maintenance of this material world, you are taking care of the destruction of this material world. Because as a representative of Lord Vishnu, you have all those powers. But people might mistake, oh, then why is Lord Shiva being glorified like that? Because Lord Shiva's position is very exalted, is very unique. He is not like Lord Brahma. But at the same time, he is not like Lord Vishnu. But he is a transformation of Lord Vishnu within this material universe, and he is taking care of certain things as a representative of Vishnu. And then the other thing that we have to keep in mind, this is coming in Srimad Bhagavatam itself, right? This glorification of Lord Shiva. Right in the beginning of Canto 1 of Srimad Bhagavatam, it was clearly mentioned that Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. We might be seeing so many different forms of the Supreme Lord, so many expansions of the Supreme Lord, so many incarnations of the Supreme Lord, so many transformations of the Supreme Lord. Like one of the transformation is Lord Shiva. For all these personalities, the source is Lord Krishna. And all the universes, the material universes and all the spiritual universes, the source is Lord Krishna. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So that with that lens, with that understanding, we have to approach these verses that are being spoken in glorification of Lord Shiva as a prayer to Lord Shiva by the demigods and the demons. Text 24. Tvam Brahma Paramam Guhyam Sad Asad Bhava Bhavanam Nana Shakti Bhirabatas Tvamatma Jagadishvaraha. Translation. You are the cause of all causes, the self-effulgent, inconceivable, impersonal Brahman, which is originally Parabrahman. You manifest various potencies in this cosmic manifestation. Purport. This prayer is offered to the impersonal Brahman, which consists of the effulgent rays of Parabrahman. Parabrahman is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan. When Lord Shiva is worshipped as Parabrahman, the worship is meant for Lord Vishnu. So that is the understanding. So the in the purport that Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, it's from Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna is looking at the universal form of the Supreme Lord, and then he is glorifying is the exalted nature and exalted position of Lord Krishna. He says, "You are the Parabrahma, you are the Parabrahman, and you are the Supreme Abode, Param Dhamma. You are Pavitram, you are pure." So I I automatically my hands fold in front of you and my heads bow down at your lotus feet. You are such a great exalted personality. That's what Arjuna is saying, looking at the universal form of Lord Krishna. But here, the demigods and demons are continuing to offer their prayers. They are saying, "You are the cause of all causes." Oh, we have heard Krishna is the cause of all causes, Sarva Karana Karanam. But here, the demons and the demigods are praising Lord Shiva. You are the cause of all causes. You are self effulgent. You are inconceivable. You are the impersonal Brahman. And then Prabhupada is saying, you are the impersonal Brahman, which is originally Parabrahman. So, what is the understanding that we get from Bhagavad Gita? Brahmano hi pratishtaham, Krishna says. That impersonal Brahman, that effulgent light that everybody glorifies as Brahman and everybody glorifies as Brahma Jyoti, and all those Jnana Yoga practitioners, they want to go and merge into that Brahma Jyoti. That effulgence, that Brahma Jyoti is nothing but effulgence coming from my body. So I am the Parabrahman, and that Parabrahman body has effulgence, and that is being glorified as the impersonal Brahman, Brahma Jyoti, and whatnot. So that's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. So here, Prabhupada is saying in the purport, this prayer is being offered to the impersonal Brahman. Because many of these worshippers of Lord Shiva also, they are attracted to merging into the impersonal Brahman. But what is the proper understanding? That impersonal Brahman, that Brahma Jyoti is nothing but the effulgent rays coming from Parabrahman. And that Parabrahman is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. Because that's confirmed in Gopalatapan Upanishad, that's confirmed in Brahma Samhita, that's confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam, and various other places. The Acharyas have mercifully brought all these references, and at many places they have given who is that Supreme Brahman, the Parabrahman. But here, and Prabhupada is adding one more clue. When Lord Shiva is worshipped as Parabrahman, actually the worship is meant for Lord Vishnu, because he is going to say, "Oh, I am just a representative. I will take all these glorifications and all these prayers and submit it to Lord Vishnu, because it belongs to him. It doesn't belong to me." That is the understanding that even Lord Shiva has. Text 25. Tvam shabda yonir jagadadirātma pranendriya dravya gunasvabhavaha kalakratu satyam ritam cha dharmas tvayaksharam yatri vrida amananti. Translation. O Lord, you are the original source of Vedic literature. You are the original cause of material creation. The life force, the senses, the five elements, the three modes, and the Mahatattva. You are eternal time, determination, and the two religious systems called truth, Satya, and truthfulness, Rita. You are the shelter of the syllable Om, which consists of three letters A, U, and Im. So again, they are continuing in the same vein. So Lord Shiva has all these qualities because he is just a transformation of Lord Vishnu. In Brahma Samhita, Brahma clearly s- gives a, explains that by giving an example. He says, there is milk. To that milk, we add a acidic agent, and then it gets transformed to yogurt. From milk only you can make yogurt. Yogurt cannot be made by itself. Okay, I'll go to the cow and then directly, like I get milk out of the cow, I will just also get yogurt out of the cow. That's not possible. Cow will give only milk. From milk only, all these byproducts have to be made. And yogurt is one of the byproduct of milk. It becomes transformed by adding an agent, a transforming agent. So Brahma says, gives this example and says, similarly, Lord Vishnu, Lord Vishnu has no direct connection with the material energy. Even though the material energy is his, he doesn't come into direct contact with his material energy. He just glances, and that glance is going to go and touch the material energy. And at that point, when it touches the material energy, a transformation happens, and that is Lord Shiva. That is the manifestation of Lord Shiva in contact with the material energy. So, how do we understand that Lord Vishnu possesses the material energy, but he never comes into contact personally with the material energy? The glance that comes into contact with the material energy assumes the form of Lord Shiva. So even the glance of Lord Vishnu is very powerful and has all the uh, power and qualities of Lord Vishnu. So Lord Shiva also has all that, but he doesn't exhibit all that. He exhibits only the qualities that are required for his service, which is destruction of the material universe. At the same time, he is also glorified as Vaishnavanam Yata Shambhu in Srimad Bhagavatam itself. He is the topmost Vaishnava. So he gives shelter to even some entities like the ghosts and other unmentionable entities. Nobody even cares about that. Nobody even gives shelter. But Lord Shiva gives shelter even to such entities. So he has that quality, and he can take all these entities under his shelter, and he can uplift them, and he can make them devotees of Lord Krishna. That is the great. That's why he is called the greatest of all the Vaishnavas. So here they are saying you are the original cause of material creation. You are the life force, the senses, the five elements, the three modes, the Mahatattva, eternal. All these things have already been discussed in Bhagavad Gita, and Krishna says, all these are mine. All these are coming from a tiny fragment of me. But in this case, for this material universe, Lord Shiva is also representing all that. There is nothing wrong in, they are not like falsely glorifying Lord Shiva by saying, oh, yeah, we'll just put some additional masala and glorify Lord Shiva so that he will be induced to drink this poison. No, that is not the intention. The demigods and the demons, they also understand the position of Lord Shiva. So all these descriptions, when they are talking, they are meant for this original source is Lord Vishnu, but still they are also equally applicable to Lord Shiva as well. Agnirmukam te kila devatatma shitim vidurloka bhavangri pankajam kalam gatim te kila devatatmano dishascha karnau rasanam jalesham. Translation: O Father of all planets, learned scholars know that fire is your mouth. But in all the Vedas and Upanishads, the fire is mentioned as the mouth of Lord Vishnu explicitly. or the fire is the tongue of Lord Vishnu explicitly. But here they are saying that fire is your mouth. So basically, they are saying they are praying to Lord Vishnu. That's why Prabhupada gave that hint in the purport couple of verses ago. The surface of the globe is your lotus feet. Eternal time is your movement. All the directions are your ears, and Varuna, master of the waters, is your tongue. Purport. In the Shruti mantras, it is said, Agni Sarva Devata, fire is the aggregate of all demigods. Agni is the mouth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is through Agni or fire that the Lord accepts all sacrificial oblations. Text 27. Nabir nabaste swashanam nabaswan suryascha chakshumsi jalam smaretaha paravaratma shayanam tavatma somo manodyoyor bhagavan shiraste. Translation. O Lord, the sky is your navel, the air is your breathing, the sun is your eyes, and the water is your semen. You are the shelter of all kinds of living entities, high and low. The god of the moon is your mind, and the upper planetary system is your head. So again, they are describing the wonderful qualities of Vishnu that are also present in Lord Shiva, because he is the representative, he is the transformation of Lord Vishnu. So when we start seeing these verses with that perspective, it is not bewildering. It is, oh, this is why they are saying, well, how do we understand this representative concept? Let me try to give an example, hopefully, that makes it clear. So we are all living, most of us at least on this call are living in the Washington, D.C. area. It is the capital of United States of America. So all the countries in the world, they have their embassies in Washington, D.C. So when they have an embassy, they have an ambassador who is in charge and who is representing that country, right? So, for example, if it's an Indian embassy, or if it's a Nepalese embassy, or Chinese embassy, or other, so if the ambassador is there representing India in USA, so that person is a representative of the Indian government, that ambassador. So when the US government, either anybody in the US government, like from the president of the United States to anybody, any other authority in the federal government, if they want to get in touch with the Indian government, the first thing they will do is call the Indian ambassador who is sitting here in USA, because that person is the representative of the Indian government. But ambassador has only certain powers and the authority, and they do. But when you look at it completely, they still are representing the Indian government. So that the same thing is happening here. Lord Shiva has certain powers and authorities and everything, and he is at a very elevated position. And at the same time, he is the representative of Lord Vishnu. And in that perspective, all these prayers and glorifications are being offered. So when they are saying, oh, the Indian government is so good, oh, the Indian economy is doing good, they are saying all that about Indian country. Basically, they are glorifying the ambassador as well as glorifying the country. So similarly, these prayers and glorifications are glorifying Lord Shiva, but at the same time, he is a representative of Lord Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu is the ultimate personality that is being glorified. Kukshi samudra girayosti sanga romani sarvaushadi virudaste chandamsi sakshat tava sapta datavas trayi mayatman hridayam sarvadharmaha. O Lord, you are the three Vedas personified. The seven seas are your abdomen, and the mountains are your bones. All rugs, creepers, and vegetables are the hairs on your body. The Vedic mantras like Gayatri are the 7 layers of your body, and the Vedic religious system is the core of your heart. All these things we had seen in the universal form of the Supreme Lord when Lord Krishna showed it to Arjuna. In Bhagavad Gita, we hear about that and we get descriptions about that. And a similar description is being made. So, the actual thing is being said is, oh Lord Vishnu. And Lord Shiva, you are the representative of that Lord Vishnu. मुखानि पञ्चोपनिषदस्तवेश ययि त्रिंशदष्टोत्तरमन्त्रवर्गः यत्तत् शिवाख्यं परमात्मतत्त्वं देव स्वयं ज्योतिरवस्थितिस्ते. O Lord, the 5 important Vedic mantras are represented by your 5 faces, from which the 38 most celebrated Vedic mantras have been generated. Your Lordship, being celebrated as Lord Shiva, is self illuminated. You are directly situated as the Supreme Truth, known as Paramatma. Purport: the 5 mantras mentioned in this connection are as follows: 1. Purusha, 2. Agora, 3. Sadyojata, 4. Vamadeva, and 5. Ishana. These 5 mantras are within the category of 38 special Vedic mantras chanted by Lord Shiva, who is therefore celebrated as Shiva or Mahadeva. Another reason why Lord Shiva is called Shiva, which means all auspicious, is that he is self illuminated, exactly like Lord Vishnu, who is the Paramatma. Because Lord Shiva is directly an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, he is situated as Lord Vishnu's direct representative. Let me read that sentence again. Lord Vishnu is the Paramatma. Because Lord Shiva is directly an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, he is situated as Lord Vishnu's direct representative. So to glorify Lord Shiva in that way is actually glorifying Lord Vishnu and also glorifying Lord Shiva. There is nothing wrong in glorifying him in that way. This fact is corroborated by a Vedic mantra, Patim Vishwasyatmeshwaram Shashwatam Sivam Achyutam. The super soul is called by many names, of which Maheshwara, Shiva, and Achyuta are especially mentioned. So, in some cases, even Shiva is also referred to as Paramatma because he is the direct representative of that Paramatma. So in that sense, he is also the Paramatma. But just because it said that we cannot, so then in other place it's mentioned Krishna is Paramatma in Bhagavad Gita. So how do we understand that? I am bewildered, I am confused. No, there is nothing to be confused about. Because he is the representative of that Paramatma in this material universe, and he can be called that. Because just like the ambassador is being called the Indian government, he is not the Indian government actually, he is the representative of the Indian government, but he is called the Indian government. For all practical purposes, when the United States government is going to deal with the Indian government, the first thing they do is deal with the ambassador and they say, you are representing the Indian government, so you are the Indian government for us. So it's the same principle, same understanding. Lord Shiva is the representative of Vishnu, who is the actual Paramatma. So then you are the Paramatma. Saying Lord Shiva is the Paramatma is not incorrect. That is the point that is being made. So sometimes that's why the super soul might be called even Shiva and Maheshwara. And he is called Achyuta. Achyuta is another name of Lord Krishna. So both are not contradicting each other because Shiva is the representative of Lord Krishna. Chaya त्वधर्मोर्मिषूयैर्विसर्गो नेत्रत्रयं सत्त्वरजस्तमांसि Sankyatmana Shastra Kritastaveksha Chando Mayo Deva Rishi Puranaha. Translation: O Lord, your shadow is seen in irreligion, which brings about varieties of irreligious creations. The three modes of nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, are your three eyes. All the Vedic literatures, which are full of verses, are emanations from you because their compilers wrote the various scriptures after receiving your glance. Earlier in Srimad Bhagavatam itself, when Vyasadeva starts meditating on the verses given by Narada Muni, he sees Lord Krishna, Vasudeva Krishna, and he not only sees Krishna, he sees everything, all his energies simultaneously along with him. And he sees Maya, the material energy, behind Lord Krishna, on the back of Lord Krishna. And he sees that material energy controlling all the souls, the living beings in the material universe. And he says, oh, and he sees how they are suffering under the influence of material energy. So there it will be clearly said the Krishna is facing forward and behind his back is Maya, because Maya cannot come in front of Krishna, because then Maya will disappear and dissipate, because Krishna is all spiritual, all pure. So Maya is hiding behind the back of Krishna and she is functioning that way. Same principle is being mentioned. And when they say, like, in the back, the shadow, all these irreligious things happen. Same thing is being mentioned here. Oh Lord, your shadow is seen in irreligion, which brings about varieties of irreligious creations. And then they say, oh Lord Shiva, you have three eyes, because he has a third eye in the forehead. So these three eyes represent the three modes of nature. Because who's Lord Shiva's wife? Material energy herself in the form of Parvati, who has multiple forms, right? In 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, it comes. Because Krishna calls the material energy, I have some service for you. Go and take birth as the daughter of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, and I will be born as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, and Vasudeva will bring me to Nanda Maharaj's place and exchange me for you, and he will bring you to Nanda Maharaj, to Vasudeva and Devaki in Kamsa's prison. And when Kamsa comes and tries to kill that child, then you give him a warning. So that is so I when during that time Krishna says, you are known, you will be known by so many different names. You will be known as Durga, you will be known as Chandi, you will be known as this, you will give multiple names. All that is representing material energy, and that material energy is Goddess Parvati, wife of Lord Shiva. So there, it's no surprise that the three eyes on the face of Lord Shiva is representing the modes of material nature, because material energy herself is his wife. So he's saying, the three modes, three eyes represent the three modes of material nature. నతే గిరిత్రాకిల లోకపాల విరించ వైకుంఠ సురేంద్ర గమ్యం జ్యోతి పరం యత్ర రజస్తమశ్చ సత్వం నయద్ బ్రహ్మ నిరస్త భేదం. Translation: O Lord Girisha, since the impersonal Brahman effulgence is transcendental to the material modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance, the various directors of this material world certainly cannot appreciate it or even know where it is. It is not understandable even to Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, or the King of Heaven, Mahendra. Purport. The Brahmajyoti is actually the effulgence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as stated in Brahma Samhita 5.40. Yasya prabha prabhavato jagadanda koti swasesha vasudhadi vibhuti binnam tad brahma nishkalam anantam asesha bhutam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is endowed with great power. The glowing effulgence of his transcendental form is the impersonal Brahman, which is absolute, complete, and unlimited, and which displays the varieties of countless planets with their different opulences in millions and millions of universes. Although the impersonal feature of the Absolute is an expansion of the rays of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he does not need to take care of the impersonalists who enter the Brahma Jyoti. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, text 4, Maya tatam yidam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina. In my impersonal feature, I pervade this entire universe. Thus, the Avyakta Murti, the impersonal feature, is certainly an expansion of Krishna's energy. Mayavadis who prefer to merge into this Brahman effulgence worship Lord Shiva. The mantras referred to in text 29 are called Mukani Panchopanishadas Tavesha. Mayavadis take all these mantras seriously in worshipping Lord Shiva. These mantras are as follows. Tat Purushaya Vidmahe Shantyai Mahadevaya Dhimahi Vidyayai Tanno Rudra Pratishtayai Prachodayadrityai Agorebhyastama Ata Gorebhyo Moha Agorebhyo Raksha Agora Tarebhyo Nidra Sarvebhyah Sarvavyadhyai Sarvasarvebhyo Mrityave Namastestu Shuddha Rudra Rupebhyastrishnā Vamadevaya Raja Jeshtāya Swaha Shreshtāya Ratyai Rudraya Kalyanyai Kalaya Kama Kala Vikaranaya Sandinyai Bala Vikaranaya Kriya Balaya Vridyai Balachaya Pramattanaya Datriyai Sarvabhuta Damanaya Brahmanyai Mana Soshinyai Unmanaya Jvara Sadyo Jatam Prapadyami Siddhyai Sadyo Jataya Vainama Ridyai Bhave Dityai Abhave Lakshmyai Nati Bhave Medha Bhajasvamam Kantyai Bhavasvada Udbhavaya Prabha Ishana Sarva Vidyanam Sashinyai Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Abhayada Brahmadipatir Brahmanodipatir Brahman Brahmeshtada Sivo me astu marichyai Sada Shiva Jwalinyai. So 38 mantras, and I don't know how and where Srila Prabhupada got all this, but he is so mercifully giving all these explanations, the mantras themselves here, to help us understand what is being said in these verses glorifying Lord Shiva. The impersonal Brahman is unknown even to the other directors of the material creation, including Lord Brahma, Lord Indra, and even Lord Vishnu. This does not mean, however, that Lord Vishnu is not omniscient. Lord Vishnu is omniscient, but he does not need to understand what is going on in his all pervading expansion. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that although everything is an expansion of Him, Maya tatam idam sarvam, He does not need to take care of everything. Na chaham tesh avastitaha. Since there are various directors like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and Indra. So, because Prabhupada is trying to resolve the contradiction, because in this verse it said, it is what is the impersonal Brahman effulgence is being described, and at the end of the sentence it is said, it is not understandable even to Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, or the king of heaven, Mahendra, Indra, right? Yeah, we can understand. Brahma doesn't understand, know everything. Indra doesn't know everything, but Lord Vishnu is also included in that. Oh, but we see Lord Vishnu is an expansion of Lord Krishna, and he is also the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? It's another form of the Supreme Lord. How come he doesn't know that about the impersonal effulgence? How is it possible? So that's the answer is being given by Srila Prabhupada in his purport in the last paragraph. He says, Lord Vishnu is still omniscient. Lord Vishnu is still the absolute truth. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is no doubt about that. But even Lord Vishnu might not know about all of his energies and expansions, because he doesn't take care of everything in the material universe. He has various directors that take care of it. For doing something, he has Brahma. For doing something else, he has Lord Shiva. And for doing something else, he has with Indra. And like that, he has so many directors who take care of all these minute details. So he doesn't need to know the impersonal effulgence is this, that, all those things. He doesn't need to worry about that. And that fact is being confirmed by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita itself, as quoted by Prabhupada in that purport. In that Maya Tatamidam Sarvam verse, he says, everything is an expansion of mind. So how? It could be an expansion personality coming from me, and from that expansion there could be other expansions coming, or it could be my energies acting this way or that way. So there are so many things that's happening, but the source is me. Maya tatam idam sarvam. And then he says, Na chaham teshva vastitaha. I don't need to take care of everything, because I have my energies and I have my directors, I have my controllers. They will act as my representative and take care of it. So when we look at it from that perspective, this statement that is made in this Bhagavatam verse about the impersonal effulgence, and even Lord Vishnu doesn't know about the much about the impersonal effulgence, there is no contradiction, because he doesn't need to know, because he is performing certain activities, and other things that need to be taken care of are being taken care of by all these other personalities like Brahma, Indra, and Shiva, and so on. So he doesn't need to be knowing everything. He doesn't need to take care of everything. He has his energies, expansions, and whatnot, and controllers. They can take care of it. That is the point that Prabhupada is trying to make. Okay, I think we'll read one more verse, this verse, and then we can stop for the day. कामाद्वर त्रिपुर कालागराद्यनेक भूतद्रुह शपयत स्तुतयेन तत्ते यस्त्वन्तकाल इदमात्मकृतं स्वनेत्र वह्निस्फुलिङ्ग शिखया बशितं न वेद. Translation: when annihilation is performed by the flames and sparks emanating from your eyes, the entire creation is burned to ashes. Nonetheless, you do not know how this happens. What then is to be what then is to be said of your destroying the Daksha Yajna, Tripurasura, and the Kalakuta poison? Such activities cannot be subject matters for prayers offered to you. Yes, the verse is saying, you are the one through your eyes, your third eye, you destroy this entire material universe to ashes when it is time to be destroyed. But you do not know how this happens. You are doing that activity, but you yourself do not know how this happens. Is what is mentioned in this verse. Purport: since Lord Shiva considers the great acts he performs to be very unimportant, what was to be said of counteracting the strong poison produced by the churning? The demigods indirectly prayed that Lord Shiva counteract the Kalakuta poison which was spreading throughout the universe. You might not know how you are even performing the destruction of the universe. Similarly, you might not know anything about this Kalakuta poison that is coming after we churn the milk ocean, but still you can destroy it. That is the message the demigods are giving to Lord Shiva. Please don't say that I do not know what this is about or how to destroy it. You do not know how, but you perform the destruction of the universe, even though you do not know it. Similarly, you might not know about this Kalakuta person, you might not know how to destroy it, but still you are capable of destroying it. Please destroy it and save us. So that is what is being mentioned. So the previous verse it mentioned even Vishnu doesn't know about the impersonal effulgence. In a similar way, it is also being said here that Lord Shiva doesn't know how the destruction is being done, but he is the one who is performing the destruction. He himself doesn't know it, but he is still capable of performing that act of destruction, of destroying this material universe. That's how great and elevated a personality Lord Shiva is. But that Lord Shiva is still a representative of Lord Vishnu. Okay, let's stop here and see because we covered a good number of verses and quite a bit of it was technical. So let's see if there are any discussion, questions, confusions, clarifications needed like that.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Madharat Pranam, all Guru Prabhupada Guru Maharaj. Thank you for the wonderful class. There's one comment by Geeta Mataji. I think she's in India. Thank you, Prabhuji, for the wonderful class. Hare Krishna. So there are people listening from all over. Maybe they're not able to directly join, but um, so thank you so much for the wonderful class. These verses are, I mean, the way you explained to us, it was very hard to understand. Otherwise, it could confuse us a little bit. But the way you explained, gave a summary was so nice. It kind of, shed away the confusion which we would have had in our mind. I'm talking about myself if I had read by myself. So thank you so much. You know, so I just wanted to ask if anybody has any question, comments regarding these verses, and they can ask.
Prabhu, I did not understand a single word that was discussed today. Sorry if my explanations were not enough to clarify.
Prabhuji, like I wanted to give one comment. Like I know a lot of people from reading these verses, one insight came to me. Lot of people who are very staunch, worshippers of Lord Shiva. Now I understand why people are like, they to the extent if we tell them, like, well, Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead, they don't accept it. They said, no, how you can say like that,
Yeah, there are many people that will say that's why
Especially
Krishna
Lord
says, Krishna gives a hint in Bhagavad Gita, please do not disturb their onward journey. Let them continue, and slowly they will come to the realization how Lord Shiva is related to Lord Krishna, how to understand both of them in that same context. All those understanding comes as they gradually mature in their spiritual progress.
Yes.
The simplest thing that I normally tell is just pray to Lord Shiva, he will give the understanding. We can just say, okay, you love Lord Shiva, very good. Pray to him. Pray to him to give you the understanding on who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But the the worshipper should have that desire to pray like that. Then Shiva gives the understanding and he gives the proper uh, path for us, for that person to grow and get connected to Krishna. But it takes lots of spiritual maturity. So people are in different stages on their spiritual journey. So we can just say, "Oh, you are like you love and worship Shiva very very good. Pray to him to give you that understanding. That's it, and he will give."
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I personally know, you're right about that. I personally know 2, 3 people where Lord Shiva came in their dreams to him and said, okay, now you stop worshiping me and now you have to worship Krishna.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very
And he
interesting.
might not even come in. He did not come in my dreams, but I prayed to him when I, like many years ago, when I started. I said, I do not know who is the supreme. There are different personalities that are being glorified, and the phrase that I normally use is in India, it's like a supermarket of gods. You go into a supermarket, you have everything like that. We have a supermarket of gods: Lord Shiva, Lord Ganesha, Goddess Parvati, and even the other son of Lord Shiva, Subramanya Swami. And then we have Narayana, Vishnu, Rama, Narasimha, Krishna. Oh my God, there are so many. How do we reconcile all these personalities and understand who is the supreme personality? So I said, like, I pray to Lord Shiva and say, okay, give me the understanding, please. I want to really understand. It could be you, it could be other person, but I want to know who that is. So he did not manifest in my dreams. The other persons were fortunate. Radha Seva Mataji was mentioning, but even though he did not come in my dreams or he did not come in front of me, he guided me and connected me with the writings of Prabhupada, and then all the answers were there, all the explanations were there, all the clarifications were there, and everything was perfect. And it doesn't mean, and Shiva is also included in that, as we are seeing and reading and hearing from Srimad Bhagavatam itself. It's Srimad Bhagavatam is not going Krishna, 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 right? There are so many instances of glorification of Lord Shiva comes in Srimad Bhagavatam itself, because he is such an exalted personality and he has his own unique identity. Daksha Yajna was also referenced in the verse that we read. So that Daksha Yajna happened, and all those immolation of Sati, all those things happened. We hear about how great a personality Lord Shiva is, and then here Kalakuta poison is another pastime where Shiva's Shiva is glorified and his position is glorified, but doesn't mean that he overrides Krishna. Krishna is Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. He is the original cause of all causes. Yeah, Shiva is a cause, Lord Brahma is a cause, but Krishna is the cause of all causes. Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the supreme absolute truth. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. There is Srimad Bhagavatam doesn't deviate away from that, even when it is trying to glorify Lord Shiva in this way. And there are few other places where he comes in front of Prachetas and then he gives, oh, I have been meditating on Krishna and I will give you the mantra to meditate. I'm so pleased with you. He appears in different places in Srimad Bhagavatam. So we have to understand it takes lots of reading and hearing to firmly have the conviction that yes, Krishna is the source of all. He is the supreme personality of Godhead. And by saying that, we are not eliminating or discarding other personalities. Other personalities are also elevated and they have their unique position, they have their unique identity. But how in relation to Krishna? That is what we have to understand.
Very nice, Prabhuji explanation. Also, it reminded me, like, when a temple president runs the temple, the temple president is running the temple, but he cannot run it alone.
Yeah, he doesn't know, he or she doesn't know everything that is happening within the temple because
Yes,
he or she has some designated persons who take care of and they give updates, which is fine.
yes, yes. So, I mean, there are some people under him who will take independent actions. Just,
Yes, by the authority given by the temple president, still,
yeah,
right?
similar thing like that. Very true. So Krishna is there, but he's like we say, our spiritual master is a representative of Krishna. So similarly, Lord Shiva is also representative, one of the
Yeah,
representatives, right?
yeah.
So how can we compare like Lord Shiva to our parampara, our spiritual master? Like for example, like this is a complete different parampara coming from Srila Prabhupada, his Guru Maharaj, then our Guru Maharaj is here. This is different, this thing, right? And the Devtas, like sometimes Srila Prabhupada would say that in the class that Hanumanji is sitting there. I don't know whether somebody heard that.
Yeah, Hanumanji and Narada Muni.
Narad Muni is there. Prabhupada ji could see actually, he could see. I was like amazed to hear this that wherever they say where the katha is going on. But Prabhuji also sometime what happens, we hear that there are some people who are like Hanuman Bhakta and they are so much focused on Hanuman Bhakta that if you tell them that, if you open the heart of Hanumanji, you can see Sita and Ram, right? But their focus is not there. Their focus is only on Hanumanji.
That is fine too,
Yeah.
because they are at that level where they cannot see anybody else except Hanuman. But with their sincere devotion to Hanuman, Hanuman will guide them and uplift them. And then at some point of them, they'll say, oh, Hanuman is worshipping some personality. Oh, if Hanuman, I am worshipping Hanuman and Hanuman is himself is worshipping some personality, then I should also do what Hanuman is doing.
Yes.
That understanding will, that maturity will come over a period of time. But at least they are so dedicated to Hanuman, which is a good thing. It's a good start. And
Hare
if I
Krishna.
have said something incorrectly, or if I have given any explanations incorrectly, please forgive me, and please also correct me if I have said anything wrong. But I just gave these explanations based on what I have heard and what I have understood. I could be wrong in saying certain or explaining certain things in a certain way. But if anybody has a better explanation, please share.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for patiently explaining this topic, which is one of the most, discussed topic, I should say. Uh, I was born in a Shaivite family, Prabhu. My father was a staunch Shaiva devotee, and since birth, I have only worshipped like Lord Shiva and Ganesha. But then, and I've strictly followed everything, whatever my father's directions were, I would follow.
Hmm.
And I don't know, at some and I got married to a Shaiva family. But
Mm.
at some point, like, I don't know when I picked up Bhagavad Gita, this Bhagavad Gita, then Prabhupada Bhagavad. So Shiva, Lord Shiva is very merciful. He, if we, even those who are following share like Lord Shiva, I think Lord, if they are doing it with full faith, Lord Shiva will definitely guide them to
Yeah, definitely.
the right. Yeah. So, and
Thank
I totally agree with every single word you said. Thank you so much for, I just went back in time and I was
you.
just connecting. So thank you so much. And my brother, he's a brahmachari, right? So it's all blessing of Lord Shiva. Like in my family, like they are very strong Shaivites. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
thank you, Prabhu.
thank you for sharing and thank you for confirming what we have been discussing. Because that's that. I am from a Shaivat family too, and I was just saying it based on my experience and what I have seen. So hopefully, like it, and good to hear that it resonated with you and you had a similar kind of a background and a similar kind of an experience. Lord Shiva is very merciful, as you rightly said. Very, very merciful. So when we go to him, not for asking for material benedictions, give me this, like the asuras do, right? I want this power, I want that power. Instead of that, if we just, yeah, I love Lord Shiva, I will go to him, I pray to him and say, okay, show me the path. Show me, please give me the understanding who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is so pleased. He says, oh, you have come not asking for any material benefits. Rather, you want to understand who the Supreme Lord is. Okay, just like he did for the Prachetas, he will also guide us and say, okay, let me connect you, let me help you get connected with the right uh, Guru Parampara and get the proper knowledge, and then you can grow, and then everything becomes revealed and clearer to you. He's so kind, he is so merciful. That's why and he is not a Vaishnava, he is the topmost of all Vaishnavas. Of all the Vaishnavas, any devotee of Rama or Krishna or Narayana or Narasimha, of all those devotees, Lord Shiva is the topmost. So we are so fortunate. And there is one Guru Parampara coming from Krishna through Lord Shiva. The Rudra Sampradaya is that. They all worship Krishna, but the head of that Sampradaya is Lord Shiva.
Yes, Prabhu. And one more thing that just, one more thought just came in after what you just said. Like, I don't want to like disrespect anyone without, I would like specifically like to say that. Uh, but growing up in my father's family and seeing what my father did, and then coming amongst devotees, I see a stark difference, Prabhu. Like, I have not seen devotees praying to Krishna asking for any material benediction. And that was so powerful and inspiring to me. Like, I was like, nothing. Like, they just want to love Krishna. And that was something that really influenced me, Prabhu.
Yeah,
Because at my father's place, I would see that for every problem there would be some anushthan, and he would do this, and then Lord Shiva will give us this. So that thing was not here. Like, it was just like we want to love Krishna, we want to do everything, we want to give everything for Krishna. So that thought is very powerful, and it is in goodness.
and that
It
is because of Prabhupada. I would
Yes,
say because
definitely. Yeah,
he put that the perspective or the goal that he gave, he elevated it to a highest level of Shuddha Bhakti, right? Like he is like just love for Krishna. So he elevated it to that level, but at the same time, he made it very simple also. To reach that elevated level, the process he gave was very simple, accessible even to people like us. So that was the biggest, I would say, gift and mercy of Prabhupada to all of us.
Yes, Prabhu, we can't be enough grateful to Prabhupada ever.
I think
He,
it's
yeah,
just
he,
such an elevated stage, right? Like with the
yes,
all these residents of Vrindavan that we read and hear about in Canto 10 of Srimad Bhagavatam, to reach that level of Krishna Prema, Prabhupada is saying, okay, what are the do's and don'ts I can give that will make it easier for all of us, Kali Yuga souls, to easily take it up and get to that highest stage. That's the
because,
miracle Prabhupada did.
yes, yes, Prabhu, and Shaivites and Vaishnavites, they always existed. But there was like, I couldn't understand like what was the difference. Prabhupada made it clear. Uh, he gave me a bridge to see like where I was and where I am and
And where
how are
all these
things
things
played.
fit in, where all these
Yes,
personalities fit in,
yes,
and all these
and
ideologies fit in,
yes,
these philosophies fit in, how it fits
yes,
in everything in one single picture. Otherwise, we will be
exactly.
seeing only this picture only, where it says Lord Shiva is the Supreme Lord. And then there will be the other picture where it says Lord Vishnu is the Supreme. But how do we reconcile and bring it everything into one image?
Yes, Prabhu, thank you so much. Like I can't be enough grateful to Prabhupada. Yeah, he just opened,
Yeah.
he gave me that clear picture of understanding what was what. And yeah, thank you so much, Prabhu, for the wonderful class and for patiently answering all questions and listening to me. Haribol.
Thank you. Thank you for your sharing. Anybody else?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai.
Pranam.
Uh, Dandavat It was beautifully explained, Prabhuji, and the discussion went so deep now with everyone making some or the other comments. So I also just thought, I already started my work, but still I thought I will pause a little bit and share something. I was in Mumbai, I remember a long time back. Uh, while traveling in the train from home to office, I used to local trains. Then I used to chant this Shiva mantra, Om Namah Shiva, like for
Mm,
108 time on my fingers, no beat, nothing. But
mm,
that was my belief, because Shiva looks so nice. He has
mm.
Ganga on his jata, then uh, moon on the left side, then the snake and the appearance, it was attractive. And as you mentioned, also later on when, we got connected to Srila Prabhupada in this moment, then, you know, uh, I, I don't remember also, like when that chanting of Om Namah Shivaya stopped and I started Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Yeah,
But it gradually transformed.
yeah,
So maybe sometimes we feel like Shiva is a stepping stone, like as a great Vaishnava among all other uh,
yeah. See,
entities. Yeah.
Durga Devi or Parvati is the mother, right? She is the material energy. So she is the mother of all us conditioned living beings in the material universe. And her husband is our father.
Yes. Yeah.
So when we are trying to get connected with their source sincerely, they will definitely help us.
Yes, probably. And that time, even like in on the stations, I remember they used to distribute books, ISKCON devotees. So I used to every day cross that bookstores on the beside the station, beneath the station, when I was getting my office bus. But uh, even I bought a book that time, but it was not like valuable for us that time. But later on, these things. But uh, that gives that understanding, like as Nandini, Premanandi Mataji also mentioned, Srila Prabhupada has given us this such a wonderful gift in our life, so we are connected, and it is definitely like we are able to hear you today, like so many speakers speaking. So it definitely has
Yeah,
changed.
slowly chisels us, right? Slowly,
Yes,
we are a raw stone. And slowly the chiseling, carving, chiseling, carving, and then finally we transform into a beautiful statue.
yes,
So
yeah,
the one thing that you were mentioning about passing through the stations and the other stalls are there, the devotees are distributing books, or we might have gotten the book at some point of time or the other, but we did not know the value that was contained in that. We did
yes,
not even approach it until we were ready. So
yes,
we are being prepared, and at some point of time when we reach that stage, then we say, "Oh, there is some curiosity then to open that book and read and see what it contains." And then we read, and then wow, I've been waiting all my life and maybe previous lifetimes also for this knowledge. So it's like a Dhruva Maharaj, right? Dhruva Maharaj said like, no, I want a kingdom greater than Brahma. So basically he wanted a kingdom that is bigger than the material universe. And he is a small boy and he is going to the forest, and Narada Muni says, you are very young, you are very, and you are late in the night and you are in the forest. This is not a safe place to be. Please go back. And you can, when you grow up, you can come. So Dhruva Maharaj says, if you can help me in my pursuit, please. But I am not, I'm so hurt, and I don't have any other goal except that. So Narada Muni understood that he is very determined. So he says, okay, I will guide you on how you can see Narayana in. Without Narada Muni's mercy and guidance, Dhruva Maharaj could have not have done it in 6 months, but he also was determined. But then when the Supreme Lord appeared in his heart and then in front of him, he was so mesmerized by the beauty of the Supreme Personality. And he says, wow, wow, wow. And he's going, wow, wow, wow. And Narayana reaches with his conch and touches the forehead of Dhruva. Then he starts speaking glorification, and all those prayers start pouring out from the mouth of Dhruva, and he forgets to ask his desire. Why he did that 6 months tapasya to meet the Supreme Lord, he forgets to ask. But the Supreme Lord will say, what you desired will come to happen, and even before that you will rule your father's kingdom for 10,000 years, and then you will come. I will give you my Vaikuntha Loka. In this material universe there is a Vaikuntha Loka. I will give you that, you can rule. And he goes, and then Dhruva Maharaj realizes, right? Oh, I had a valuable diamond in the palm of my hand, but I was seeking a piece of glass. And the Supreme Lord is so kind, he blessed me with that. And I have lost that diamond. Oh, how stupid I am. Many a times we also do the same thing. We do not know a valuable diamond has come into our possession.
mhm, yeah. That's very much right. It Yeah, the time has to come
And
again.
then
Yeah,
at
mercy
some
from
point in
yeah.
time, when we have become a little more mature, because we have been doing some spiritual path or the other, and that is purifying us. And then existing in this material world is also a big austerity and brings lots of purification. All those things propel us and gets us to that stage, and then so, oh, let me turn my attention. Oh, there people have been, I have been hearing Bhagavad Gita so many times. I know Bhagavad Gita exists, but I do not know what it contains. Now let me at least open the book.
Yeah, I would like to share one more thing. Yeah, while passing through the stations, that time then one day I was convinced and I bought some Kirtan tapes there from that was distributed by Jew Temple, I think so, because they all Prabhus used to stand there with shaved heads and everything, and then uh, I purchased one Bhagavad Gita, so like giving maybe 50 rupees or 100 rupees, whatever it is that time. So when I got that book and showed my wife, Sham Rasika, then that time she said, why you purchase so costly book? And then it was like we never read that time, and it was in our cupboards. But somehow when we came to US that time, I think we thought we should at least keep this book with us. Like
Yeah.
it's auspicious book, and then we like now like reading is already there, but we distribute them. Even sometimes cases of Gitas we distribute freely also. So
Yeah.
this we never thought, Prabhu, yeah, these things which started from 50 rupees, I can say, yeah.
What an invaluable,
And
priceless.
Prabhupada's mercy, yeah, we don't think of dollars also now if we are spending on the books.
Yeah, because we know how valuable it is,
Yes,
and we want others to benefit and get that benefit also.
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for such a wonderful discussion.
Anybody else who has some magical stories like this to share, personal experiences?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you for the wonderful class, Prabhuji, and letting us understand Lord Shiva's position. And we know when I got the good fortune to go to Vrindavan in April this year, and Lord Shiva is present everywhere on the main Leela Stalis as Gopeshwar Mahadev, Chakreshwar Mahadev, Budeshwar Mahadev. So he is very important in the bhakti yoga process, and he's a protector of the holy dham. Um, but we also see that he has a matted lock of hair, deer skin, and it's not like a Vaishnava etiquette he follows. However, he's called the greatest Vaishnava. So sometimes that leads to a confusion. Like if he's the greatest Vaishnava, should we follow him? Uh, but we should follow our acharyas. So that's so Prabhuji, can you shed some light on, like, even though one is a great Vaishnava?
We don't follow him just like anybody else does. We don't respect and worship Shiva like others do. They might look at Shiva as in a different perspective, in a different understanding. We don't subscribe to that. We follow through the Guru Parampara, through Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam says Vaishnavanam Yata Shambhu. So he is the topmost Vaishnava. There is no doubt about that. Yeah, he might be uh, uh, covered with ashes and he might be looking very unclean as completely opposite to how a Vaishnava typically we expect a Vaishnava to be. But at the same time, the Daksha's pastime comes in Srimad Bhagavatam to not cross that line. Daksha did. He said, "You are a very unclean fellow. Why should you be given a share of the yajna? Why should you be respected?" Because he did not understand the true identity and true position of Lord Shiva, and he committed a very big offense. So that's why that pastime is there in Srimad Bhagavatam, so that we properly approach Lord Shiva. We give him, and we also have the pastime of Chitraketu, right? He was just making a very friendly comment to Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva did not take offense, but Parvati, his wife, took offense to the comment made by Chitraketu, and he got cursed to become a asura. So all these pastimes are there in Srimad Bhagavatam itself because it is helping us to identify on Lord Shiva properly and how to respect him properly. Respecting him, but respecting him in a different way, like others are doing in the world currently, is also not proper respect to Shiva. But when we say Vaishnavana Meta Shambhu, that is the proper respect to Shiva. The verses that we read today, we glorified Lord Shiva's qualities and positions as a representative of Vishnu, and at the same time, he also has all those qualities. So in that way, we read today. But at the same time, finally we understand. Oh, he still is his source is still Lord Krishna. Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam. So when we have that understanding properly, then we say, oh yeah, then Lord Shiva is Vaishnavana Meta Shambhu. He is the topmost devotee. And he is one of the 12 Mahajanas. So anything that he is going to say about bhakti, about approaching Krishna, I should pay proper attention to it because he's coming from the topmost master, and then we benefit by that. So with that understanding, we approach Lord Shiva, we are safe.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the wonderful explanation and how to understand Lord Shiva. And also, we know that his service is to, upgrade those who are very fallen, right, in Tamogun, like who are ghosts and goblins.
Yeah.
So, because of that service, he is taking this position of wearing deerskin matted hair, ashes on skin, etc. But we know with Prachetas, he gave the like Rudra Gita to tell them to, worship Lord Vishnu or Krishna.
Yeah, and then I heard one explanation, because normally we understand that he is covered with the ashes from the crematorium and he's covered with that, right? But it is also the dust of Raja. He's rolling in the dust of Raja and he is covered. So that is topmost Vaishnava only has his body smeared with the dust of Raja.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, one more thing I just would like to share, uh, Parvati and Shiva, when they are sitting on the Kailash, and even when Parvati is sitting near Shiva, but Shiva still, uh, closes his eyes and keep in meditation. Then
Meditation
Parvati
and
says,
giving discourses on about Krishna Lila.
yeah,
To all the Shivaganas, he is giving daily Srimad Bhagavatam classes.
yeah,
Mother Parvati is sitting on his lap. But he is so sense control. He is not like distracted by, and Mother Parvati is a very beautiful woman. But he is so sense control. He is like, even though she is sitting on his own lap, and he is like giving, he is explaining about Krishna Lila, Krishna's pastimes, and all these philosophies. He is giving a class. How elevated a personality he is.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else before we end this call?
So, Prabhuji, I also got reminded like Mataji was mentioning about, her family is a stout Shiva worshipper. So, like my father also used to worship Lord Shiva, and my sister still chants Om Namo Shivaya. My chacha still chants Om Namo Shivaya because of my father. But somehow what happened, he used to have like, you said you used one word. When there are so many Devi Devtas, it's like a whole, so many goddess and goddesses. I forgot. So he had like this almara, where my father had a like a temple. So he used to ask me that, see, your sister is. I said, "Oh, who you? He asked me who you want to worship. So I was so confused. I said, there are so many god and goddesses, and I don't want to be selective. I don't want to. Somehow I didn't choose. Lord Shiva. Because and now today's date, my sister is worshipping Lord Shiva, and even my chacha. But my chacha is reading Bhagavad Gita as it is also.
Yeah.
He's in Ghaziabad, India, because I told him, you read this also, you listen to me also. You listen to your brother, you listen to me. So then he somehow, out of love, he's reading that. But my sister, I'm not able to, like you said, it's very hard to, if they are not praying to Lord Shiva, in a way, if they're asking for benedictions and getting very enamored by, his Ashutosh, he quickly gives benedictions. And there's so many into material, this thing, like maybe then too much into a mode of ignorance and passion and stuff like that, that they are stuck there only. And even if you tell them to chant, they will, when we all are chanting Mahamantra, she's chanting Om Namo Shivaya only. Very
That's okay.
hard for her. Very,
Standing, that is fine, but they
yeah.
have to come. She has to come to the stage where she's praying to Lord Shiva, say, okay, please give me an understanding. So so I'm not asking you for any material benefits. I'm asking you for a proper understanding. Then the real mercy comes.
Yes, yes, yes.
And we can pray to Lord Shiva, and we can pray to Lord Krishna on their behalf and say, okay, kindly bless you, give your blessings to that person so that they have the proper and intelligence and understanding. Then, with all our collective prayers and blessings, they will make advancement.
Yes, Prabhuji. And Prabhuji, I've heard a lot of people, in their dreams or in their sleep or when they have woken up, they've actually seen Lord Shiva. And they have got very scared seeing him, and they,
Yeah.
like, he's effulgent also, like with all, and like how,
Srimad Bhagavatam gives clear descriptions, and so like
why does,
we will be scared to these personalities like that, but he is so merciful.
but he comes in the dreams because of just to convey something?
Yeah, maybe who knows what is happening between that soul and Lord Shiva, or what pleased
Yeah.
Lord Shiva to come. Because in the case of Prachetas, he says, I'm so pleased by your unity among you brothers, the 10 brothers. I'm so
Mhm.
pleased to see that. So I came personally. He says, it's very difficult for people to see me, but I have personally come because I'm so pleased with you.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. And I also wanted to mention one thing, like, for me, I was not even attracted to like Krishna, Lord Krishna in the beginning. But my attraction was to Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, and the holy name. And somehow, like my Guru Maharaj is also so much into, giving Chaitanya Leela, His Holiness Jayapataka Guru Maharaj. Like, I mean, for me, coming into this movement is because I entered the temple and I heard this Mahamantra. That Mahamantra is so stuck with me. And then, normally people will say, oh, this is Krishna. Okay, we know Krishna, it's like a Hindu god, Krishna. But then who's Lord Chaitanya? Who's Lord Nityananda? And then you tell them 500 years back they came and things like that. But the point with me is the other way around. I was not even attracted to Lord Krishna. Like, I didn't even know that it was the Mahamantra somehow, that kind of, I,
Only through Lord Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu we
yes,
can even get to know and understand
Krishna.
Krishna, and then Radharani.
Very true, Prabhuji. Very true. Because, I felt if Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, holy name, all this was not given to us by Srila Prabhupada, then I wouldn't have been here. Because, for me, that is like very, very,
Yeah.
it's like the jewel, the Mahamantra. It was so mesmerizing and nice to I mean, right now, I don't feel like that. Because, it's, we chant, we do our things. But in the beginning, that attraction was there.
Yeah.
So, and maybe who knows, it was there some devotee's mercy in this life, or maybe some
We are in some past life too, because
past life.
without devotees' mercy coming into our life at some point,
Yes,
we won't take this next step. This us taking bhakti, we can be very clear that it was not just by our uh, uh, intelligence or because of our free will choice. No, it was the mercy of a devotee or devotees at some point of time in the past. It could be past lifetimes. Somewhere that triggering point was placed by them, and now in this lifetime we are seeing that growing and we taking up bhakti. All those things are happening because of that.
Yes, and also Prabhuji, like when I came from India, no, so I was connected to some of my relatives here, and they were completely Americans, the Indians. Call us when you come to your house, do this, do that, and it was so frustrating. I said, why have I come here? The relatives are all Americanized. What is going? And then finally, I met some devotees. That was a trigger point for me. I just, like I met one Maharaj and one Ishan Prabhu, and Trivikram Maharaj is Srila Prabhupada's disciple, and that is how And I had the Bhagavad Gita before with me, but it was just lying on the shelf. And like you said, till the devotees didn't come into the life, Harinam did not come, nothing was getting awakened.
Yeah.
So like we say that everything, nothing comes in accident. That when the time that thing is there, then it is there.
Krishna is trying so many million different things to make us turn towards him. And he's not doing once, he's doing every moment like that to each one of us. And finally, at some point of time, we turn to him and then say, oh, now I need to know more about him. I need to practice whatever is being asked of me to practice. And then we are showing some sincerity, some commitment to move towards Krishna. So all these things happen because of Krishna and Krishna's devotees, their mercy, their blessings, their desire.
Yes, very true. And like I was just one last thought I wanted to share, that I heard that this year, or there's a Adhik Maas coming, Purushottam Maas. Now, I mean, it's one more.
Next year.
Oh, sorry, this year is finishing. My mind is nowhere. Next year is coming. So, without the mercy of Krishna, with the devotees of Krishna, especially, we will not know what we have to do. And there's a prayer we read, Chorastakam, and then we also offer Diya. There's so many other things we do, just like Kartik Mass. So, if the devotees don't show us how to give and show through the devotees, how to show and give love to Krishna, we cannot do it. So we have to have devotees in our life. It's like a breathing oxygen, I feel like that. So otherwise it's like, oh, Kartik Mass came in the beginning, I'm like, and then later on, we could feel the energy going to programs, chanting, So it was wonderful how Kartik went by, and so it's very, very important association of devotees. So just wanted to mention that. So anyway, anybody has last minute question, comments? Otherwise, we can end the call. We are almost close to 9 o'clock, and it's a work day. So, and Prabhuji's kindly given us so much time. Otherwise, sometimes, we are not freely able to ask questions. Availability is not there. So, of the speaker. Anybody last minute question, comments? Otherwise, we can end the call with our Vanchakalpa prayers. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripa patitanam bhavnebhyo namo namah.
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, शिला प्रभुपाद की जय,
Jai.
His Grace Raghunandan.
रघुनंदन प्रभु की जय.
Jai.
हरि बोल. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Dandavad pranam.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.